Nessa girl, we might as well call this the jailhouse edition of Funky Dineva, bitch, because Destiny from Love and Marriage Huntsville don't went to jail, honey, and Dwight Howard don't had to come out the closet, child, to keep from going behind bars. And I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of Britney Spears, bitch, because I'm feeling toxic. Wanna talk about it? Here it goes. Nessa girl, I was sitting in my bed, scrolling through the internet, minding my business like I what? Like I always do. And baby, they said Destiny was down there getting ready to turn herself into the jail, honey. And I said, ooh, I just knew when I read down to the paragraphs, it was going to say she did PPP fraud, or she stole something out of Kmart, or she tried to run out of the Piggly Wiggly with a slab of ribs. Or hell, she fought somebody down to the parking lot of the McDonald's. Girl, no. Come to find out, honey, she going down there for fraud, but for putting the electric bill, the utility bill, in her ex-husband's name. Now, you know what? Everybody got a lot of mixed reviews about this situation, right? Because Destiny and LeBaric, they were married for a very brief period of time. She had the baby. They divorced. And the story, the way it was given to us on the show was kind of like, you know, he left her high and dry. She's kind of stuck there raising a baby, kind of alone with very little physical assistance from him or whatever the case may be. And we were left kind of feeling sorry for Destiny. And LeBaric never resurfaced to tell us his side of the story of what the hell going on. Then the next time we hear LeBaric's name, he's sending our girl Destiny to jail. Okay? Now listen, we're going to have to separate the facts from the fiction from the feelings. Here are the facts, all right? And take the relationship, the nature of their relationship, out of the equation, all right? Remove LeBaric's name and put in Agnes Weatherbrook. The reality of the situation is Destiny committed fraud. The way the story is being presented to us. Period. Hard stop. All right? Now, as this story unfolds and as details come out, maybe we'll find out that it was a misunderstanding. Maybe we'll find out that I don't know. But fraud was committed. Now, a lot of y'all were saying he didn't have to do that. This could have been handled outside the courts. You know, he must really hate her to do that to her. And I'm going to be very honest with you. Despite the fact that what she did was wrong and legally he was within his rights to do what he did, coupled with the fact, y'all, that sometimes, and I don't know if the bill went delinquent and went on his credit or not, because there are instances where if you get a delinquent bill on your credit and then you say that it's fraud and that's not your bill, the only way you can get that bill off your credit is to file a police report and file the fraud charges. Again, I don't know if that's the situation, but that, if the bill went delinquent and tore up that man's credit as a result of, and that's the only way he can fix his credit, then so be it. She gonna have to go do them little 13 days, them little 13 hours, or whatever, the little yang around the Shawshank Redemption. That just is what it is. But on a deeper level, you know, I hate the fact that things between LeBaric and Destiny have gotten to a point where he would even consider sending her to jail. That is the mother of your son, okay? Now, don't get it twisted. Just because she's the mother of his son does not give her license to do illegal things and commit fraud in her name. She still committed a crime and it was wrong. But my heart can't help but feel like although she did wrong and although she committed a crime and although she committed fraud in your name, like, couldn't you have just went over there and bammed on her door and cussed her ass out and withheld child support to the amount of the bill or whatever it is? It's just, I don't. Where I come from, I could see the man being upset. I could see the man calling, fussing, and yelling. I could see the man withholding child support. it just makes me feel a little uncomfortable that this girl went to jail having this man's child over a damn bill. Um, but hey, like they say, you can't do wrong to a motherfucker and tell them how mad to get. Um, it also signifies that LeBaric has to have a very strong dislike or level of hatred for Destiny that this was the way out. Um, it's unfortunate, and I hope that this, I was going to say, I hope this doesn't affect the way that they co-parent their child, but obviously it's going to be. Destiny was saying, y'all, don't worry about me, pray for my daddy. This harder on my daddy than it is on me, and rightfully so. Anybody who's ever been to jail, especially for something petty like this, you really ain't losing your mind, because it's really I'm gonna go turn myself in, get bonded out, and deal with it in court situation. So it ain't like she going away for 4 years like British Williams. It literally is just a day is going to be wasted with her having to go through these technicalities. But she's saying, don't worry about her, worry about her daddy. Well, if you were so concerned about your damn daddy, Destiny, quiet as a skep, you should have put that damn bill in your daddy name, and that's on that. Now, speaking of going to jail, honey, Nessa girl, I got a question for you. You already know the answer. Would you rather come out the closet or keep your secret and go to jail? And in this instance, y'all, Dwight Howard has been forced to semi-come out the closet, y'all. Because if not, he had to find a way to defend those sexual assault charges. And it was either hold on to this T and let him run with the fact that I sexually assaulted him, or under oath, I had to tell what we was over there doing, what was going on, and that there was no sexual assault. It's funny, right? Because everybody want to crack their jokes, and everybody want to say, Dwight, just come out. Dwight, we been new. Dwight, people been saying you was messing with trans women. Dwight, if you gay, just say that, so on and so forth. And, while that makes for good fodder when we're sitting around talking, being someone who was once closeted, y'all, it really ain't that easy. It really isn't that easy. The pressures that are put on black men, especially black men his size, playing sports, who come up in these, overly masculine and sometimes toxically masculine environments. It's not that easy. And if you want proof, go on any of the blogs and look at the comments. Look at what y'all are saying. Look at the jokes that y'all are cracking about these people. And it's very easy for all of us, even me, sitting here in a commentary space, talking about people, giving our opinions about people, cracking jokes on them. And we crack jokes and we go on about our business because we don't know these people. We don't have to look in their eyes. We don't have to feel any of the energy that they feel when they're being shamed, ridiculed, or hurt by it. So it's just easy for us to say our part. But y'all got to understand, it is not easy being in the public eye and at the subject of everybody's opinions, and especially with social media. You want to know something that I said? I honestly wish that I would have been a YouTuber, a media personality, whatever you want to call me, a F-list celebrity. I wish I would have been an F-list celebrity during the days where there was not social media and there were only the tabloid magazines in the grocery stores. And here's why. You can simply avoid reading the magazines. I mean, quiet as it's kept, no one has to be on social media either. However, social media is such a large part of society in our lives right now. You'd almost be living under a rock or be living like a outcast that's been exiled if you were not on social media. And so because of that, all of these people have access to your emotions, y'all. And it's not easy when you're in the public eye, you're going through something personal and or controversial, and you've got all of these people rendering their opinions, and what you're reading gets into your spirit. So, and my women here, I don't want y'all to get mad with me. I'm simply only extending a small amount of grace to Dwight from the perspective that I can relate to how hard it can be being in the closet and struggling with your sexuality and coming to terms with having to tell the world, your family, your teammates who you are. I understand that. However, I also recognize the fact that there are other people out there who have been affected by Dwight's inability to be truthful with himself or come to terms or go to therapy or get through this process. He's got baby mamas, he's got children, so on and so forth. And he came out with a video today, y'all. I mean, because after the court records came out where he said, you know, he went on tugging on the boy, dingling, and went to perform oral on the boy. These are in the court records. I know it probably was hard for him to sit on the bench and have to say these things, but it was either tell the truth, bitch, or go to prison for sexual assault and have to pay the fines. So, in short, Dwight Howard was forced out of the closet that we already knew he was in. He was forced out of the closet to avoid jail time. And it's unfortunate because nobody should have to come out when they're not ready, but it is what it is. But Dwight, here is the issue. Now is the time for you to actually lean in. Now is the time for you to write the book. Now is the time for you to have the Gayle King interview. And the stage has already been set, brother. You've already been let out the closet because of the court transcripts. Now is the time to lean in, not get mad with us. Dwight got on social media and got all defensive talking about what I do in my bedroom is my business. Just like what you do in your bedroom is your business. Then you called us weird for wanting to know what you did in your bedroom. You know what? And at the end of the day, what people do in the privacy of their home is their own business. But I hate when some of y'all act so self-righteous, like it's not human nature for us to be curious about what goes on with other people, especially celebrities and people who are thrust in the public eye. Like, you full of shit, fuck you and go to hell. All right, there wouldn't even be a celebrity market if people were not interested in their lives. We're human beings and we're just nosy and inquisitive by nature. By nature. Y'all sitting up here lying right now. If you told me you heard your neighbor and her husband outside fighting and she was throwing all his clothes in the yard, that you was not going to dip your head out the blinds and sit there and watch the whole damn thing. You are lying if you said you'll get your ass back in bed and finish watching Sally Jesse Raphael. And then you telling another damn lie when your neighbor on the other side of you get off of work and she say, girl, I heard something happen today. What happened? And you don't sit back and tell her what the hell you witnessed. You lying if you said you wouldn't do that, because that's just basic fucking human nature. We are all nosy. We are all inquisitive. Now, what we all are not is messy. You know, you don't have to be messy, and there's a difference between being inquisitive and being messy, but we all fucking want to know, bitch. And the thing about it is, Dwight, you've created this interesting soap opera because you got baby mamas on Basketball Wives, baby mamas over here, children that's molesting other children. Now to come to find out, you borderline assaulting and molesting folks. This shit is interesting, bitch. Fuck what Jada talk about in that goddamn book. We want to know what the fuck going on in between your legs and in your butt, Dwight Howard. We want to know it all. We want to know it all. So go ahead and write that damn book. And speaking of books, y'all, we got to delve into why some people's biographies we want, autobiographies we want, and others we don't care about. For whatever reason, the People is not featuring Jada Pinkett in this book. And me and my friends have been talking about this, and y'all gonna have to drop down in the comments and help me out. We gonna have to uncover why it is everybody just kind of turned on Jada and nobody cares about her. A lot of us are upset with her, and we don't give a damn about what's in that damn book. Quiet as it's kept. We know so. Quiet as it's kept. They normally leak the tidbits to get you to get the book, to get the good stuff. And I'm like, Jada, God forbid you and Will have any more business to tell. Because if y'all do, girl, shit, we got to figure out what the fuck kind of lives y'all around there living. Like, y'all lives can't possibly get any more interesting than the information that y'all have already given us. But for whatever reason, on the flip side of things, you got Britney Spears, and I can't speak for y'all, but I, for one, I am eating it up. And please don't make this a race thing. Please don't make this a black woman versus, hold on one second. Auntie, give me 5 minutes. I'll call you right back. Okay. Please don't make this a race thing. Oh, it's because she black. Oh, of course you support a white woman. No, for whatever reason, the Britney Spears stuff just rings more interesting to me. Britney had been locked away for over 20 damn years. She wasn't able to eat for herself, wipe her own ass, pick out her own toilet paper. We find out that she had to eat chicken and canned vegetables all these years. We want to know what was going on with her all these doggone years. We want to get her side of the story, because for so long, the daddy and all these other people were telling her life story, speaking up for her, had her under trance, and we want to know what all the fuck going on. Now, Britney done told us maybe Justin made her have abortion. She made her have that boy. He made her have that abortion. You know what I'm saying? Now, listen, my coochie made of clay. I don't know what women go through when they have abortion. I don't know what it's like to be 20 years later and see a child in the mall somewhere and say that could have been my child. I'll never know what that feels like or whatever, but I am willing to say that, you know, Justin's life and Britney's lives and careers would have been a lot different had they had a baby that early on. Now, regardless of how you feel, you know, I don't know where you feel about abortion. And who's to say? I'm not a fortune teller. I can't tell. I can't sit here and say her career might not have been as big as it was had they had a baby that early. But then again, the industry was different back then. And when you appealed to a teen population, you had to be clean cut, you know, unscathed type of brand. I was about to say the abortion probably was the best for their lives, but that's not for me to say. But that was interesting. Something else that I found interesting, she said that she was not in love with that first husband or whatever that she had got married to for 55 hours, that she was drunk and got that marriage annulled. Now, he don't came out and said, Britney lied, that we were madly in love, we knew each other for friends, we knew each other since we was young friends, and that it hurt his feelings that she would say what she said, because they truly were madly in love. Britney said she didn't love you. Britney said she was under the damn influence. She said she was under the influence. And lastly, y'all, Britney said, in more words than one, that she was so turned off by the fact that NSYNC and Justin Timberlake in particular used to try to act like a black boy. Child, she told, this had to be so cringy. She was speaking about how they were walking up down the street in New York, and Justin saw Genuine and was like, what's up for shit? For shiz, what's up my shit? Some funny shit he said. Justin was trying to talk black. And she speaks about how NSYNC was carved out as more of a hip-hop type of pop group versus Backstreet Boys. They were more just whitewashed and stayed in that white boy band box. And now that I think back on it, that absolutely is true. NSYNC did get a lot of their popularity from being white people cosplaying in that black space. Even down to Ryan Gosling and Justin Timberlake singing Jodeci songs on the Disney Club, and Jay-Z Shazay on Baby Bring It On, and we talking about, do you like my Timbs, my baggy jeans, my thug appeal? Bitch, your last name Shazay. It ain't nothing thuggy about a bitch whose last name is Shazay. Okay! Anyway, I just ordered some crab legs and I gotta call my auntie back. I'll talk to y'all hoes later. Bye.